Hello, I'm Dr. John Harper, someone who has spent over 30 years helping people over 50 live healthy, vibrant, and fulfilling lives during their golden years. Today, I want to sit down with you, like a friend, to share a small but powerful secret. Nuts. Yes, those tiny nuts you hold in your hand every day could be the key to keeping your heart healthy, your mind sharp, and your body full of vitality. But hold on for a second. Have you ever wondered, am I choosing the right nuts? Or do you just grab a bag off the supermarket shelf thinking they're all equally good? I understand that feeling. One of my patients, Susan, 62 years old, once told me she ate peanuts every day because she thought they were a healthy choice. But then she noticed she felt more tired, her arthritis worsened, and her doctor found signs of liver issues. That's when we sat down together, reviewed her eating habits, and I realized not all nuts are our friends, especially after 50. So, today, I want you to join me on this journey, exploring 4 amazing nuts that can help you stay healthy and 4 you should limit to avoid unnecessary risks. Picture yourself sitting here with me, a cup of tea in hand and a small bowl of nuts. Ready? As we cross the age of 50, our bodies start telling different stories. You might notice your bones aren't as strong as they used to be, sleep becomes harder to come by, or you occasionally forget where you parked your keys. I once had a patient say, "Dr. John, I just want to feel like myself from 10 years ago, full of energy, sharp-minded, and free from worries about aches or illnesses." Have you ever felt that way? If so, nuts, those tiny gems of nature, might just be part of the answer. Nuts aren't just a snack substitute for potato chips or cookies. They're packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, and micronutrients your body needs to combat aging. But like any story, there's always 2 sides. Some nuts are heroes, protecting your heart, brain, and bones. Others can quietly cause harm, spiking blood sugar, triggering inflammation, or even interacting with medications you're taking. A 20-year study published in a leading cardiology journal found that one common nut can increase the risk of liver damage by up to 48%, while others lower the risk of heart disease and memory decline. Today, I'll help you sort it out clearly, what to keep in your kitchen and what to leave on the shelf. Let's start with almonds, a true hero. Picture an ordinary day, strolling through the park, playing with your grandkids, or simply getting up from a chair without worrying about aches. To do that, your bones need calcium, and almonds are a treasure trove. Just a small handful, about 28 g, delivers a 97 milliliters of calcium, equivalent to a quarter cup of milk. This is especially crucial as you age, since osteoporosis can make fractures more likely, threatening the independence you cherish. But almonds don't stop there. They're packed with magnesium, a great ally of calcium, helping your body absorb it into your bones instead of letting it build up in your arteries, which can pose risks to your heart. I recall Mr. Robert, a 67-year-old patient of mine, who was worried about high cholesterol. After adding a handful of almonds to his breakfast daily, usually sprinkled on oatmeal or paired with yogurt, he saw his bad cholesterol, LDL, drop significantly after 6 months. Almonds also contain monounsaturated fats, like those in olive oil, which boost good cholesterol, HDL, and keep your arteries flexible. And don't overlook the thin brown skin of almonds. That's where flavonoids and vitamin E, powerful antioxidants, reside. They're like a tiny army shielding your cells from oxidative stress, which accelerates aging, wrinkles your skin, and clouds your memory. A Harvard study suggests vitamin E may help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. So next time you munch on almonds, eat the skin too. It's nature's gift to your brain and skin. Next, let's talk about walnuts, the brain hero. Have you ever noticed how a walnut looks like a tiny brain? It's fitting because they're a superfood for your mind. Just 28 g of walnuts provides about 2.5 of omega-3 fatty acids, known as ALA, which helps brain cells communicate more effectively. This means you'll find it easier to process information, manage finances, or simply enjoy an evening solving crosswords with friends. I once worked with Linda, a 58-year-old who was worried about forgetting friends' names or feeling mentally sluggish. After I suggested adding walnuts to her diet, sprinkled on salads or paired with fruit, she shared that she felt sharper and even slept better. That's thanks to the natural melatonin in walnuts, which helps regulate the sleep-wake cycle, a common issue for many older adults. A Tufts University study found that the omega-3s in walnuts improve cognitive processing speed in older adults. Plus, the polyphenols and vitamin E in walnuts can cross the blood-brain barrier, reducing inflammation and protecting against diseases like Alzheimer's. So, keep a jar of walnuts in your kitchen. They're not just tasty, but a true ally for your brain. Now let's move to pistachios, tiny but mighty. With just 160 calories per 28 shake, they're a light yet powerful choice, delivering protein, healthy fats, and an impressive 285 milligrams of potassium per serving. Potassium helps counteract sodium's effects, lowering blood pressure, which many of us face as we age. I recall James, a 65-year-old with mild hypertension. After adding pistachios to his diet, usually a small handful in the afternoon, his blood pressure stabilized, and he loved their flavor. Pistachios are also a friend to your eyes. They contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that protect the retina from macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. A study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that pistachios can lower systolic blood pressure, and their low glycemic index helps manage blood sugar, making them ideal for those controlling diabetes. Ever feel sluggish after a meal due to a blood sugar spike? Pistachios, with their blend of protein, fiber, and healthy fats, can help you avoid those energy crashes. Finally, among the heroes is the Brazil nut, a unique one I call a natural supplement. Just one large Brazil nut provides over 90 sig of selenium, meeting your daily needs. Selenium is key for thyroid function, helping convert T4 to T3 hormones, boosting energy, mood, and clearing brain fog, something many postmenopausal women experience. I once met Maria, a 60-year-old who often felt tired and sluggish. After adding one Brazil nut daily to her diet, she said she felt rebooted. But here's the crucial part. Brazil nuts require strict portion control. Just one, maybe two nuts a day at most. Overdo it and you risk selenium toxicity, which can cause fatigue, hair loss, or even neurological issues. Think of Brazil nuts like a potent medicine, powerful but only in the right dose. If you're on medication for thyroid issues, blood pressure, or cholesterol, check with your doctor before adding Brazil nuts to your diet, as selenium can interact with certain drugs. Now let's address the other side of the story. Nuts you should limit. First up, peanuts. I know they're popular, cheap, and tasty, but peanuts aren't true nuts. They're legumes, grown underground, which makes them prone to aflatoxin-producing mold, a toxin harmful to the liver. Older adults with weaker liver function need to be especially cautious. Plus, peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can promote inflammation if overconsumed, worsening arthritis or heart issues. I once had a patient, Tom, 70, who saw significant joint pain relief after swapping peanuts for almonds. So keep peanuts as an occasional treat, not a daily snack. Next up are cashews. They're delicious, but a 28-gram serving contains 9 grams of carbohydrates with little fiber, which can spike blood sugar, a big concern if you're managing diabetes. Cashews also contain oxalates, which may increase the risk of kidney stones, especially for those with kidney issues. I recommend treating cashews as a sidekick, not the star of your diet. What about macadamia nuts? They're luxurious and buttery, but just 10-12 nuts pack 200 calories and 3 to 4 grams of saturated fat, which can raise bad cholesterol. They're also low in protein and fiber, making it easy to overeat. For those with gallstones, a common issue past 50, macadamias can trigger abdominal pain or nausea. Keep them as a rare treat, not a regular snack. Lastly, pine nuts. They're small and tasty, but can cause pine mouth syndrome, leaving a metallic taste in your mouth for days or weeks. This can suppress your appetite, leading to unintended weight loss, a serious risk for older adults. Pine nuts may also interact with blood pressure or cholesterol medications, and their small size poses a choking hazard, potentially causing aspiration pneumonia. So eat pine nuts sparingly and with caution. You might be thinking, Dr. John, what do I do with all this information? Don't worry, I'll make it simple. Start with a pantry check. Each week, take a few minutes to organize your nut stash. Keep almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and a small jar of Brazil nuts, just one nut a day. Put peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts in a separate treat jar, only for when you want a little variety. When eating nuts, use a small bowl. I like to use a ramekin to control your portions. Trust me, eating straight from the bag is the fastest way to overeat. And don't forget to store high-fat nuts like walnuts and Brazil nuts in the fridge to prevent them from going rancid. Rancid fats can turn those good nutrients into harmful ones, and nobody wants that. Most importantly, if you're taking medication for blood pressure, diabetes, or thyroid issues, talk to your doctor. One of my patients, David, once added Brazil nuts to his diet without realizing they could affect his thyroid medication. After we made some adjustments, he felt much better. Food and medicine can be great partners, but sometimes they need a guide, and that guide is your doctor. Looking back on my 30 years as a doctor, I've realized one thing. Good health isn't about big, dramatic changes. It's in the small choices you make each day, like choosing a handful of almonds over peanuts or adding a few walnuts to your breakfast. These choices can help you wake up with more energy, sleep more soundly, and feel sharper when you're playing with your grandkids or chatting with friends. I want you to picture a future. You're 70, 80 years old, still walking in the park, still laughing with your loved ones, still feeling like yourself. The nuts you choose today can be part of that picture. So share this story with your children, grandchildren, or even your neighbor. Who knows, you might inspire them to live healthier, just like you're doing for yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it, and leave a comment. Which nut is your favorite, and how will you try adding it to your diet? I'd love to hear your story. And remember, your health is worth every second you invest in it. See you in the next video.